Hello everyone, this is May the 28th, 2016. It's Saturday. Got a question, an interesting question from a gentleman with regard to some of the photographs that he's seen on the internet, and he wondered when they were taken. And it's a fair question because if you're going to be looking at purchasing a motor yacht, you'd like things to be current. So what I decided I'd do is take a video of the boat today so that we can understand how up to date it is and take a look at it that way. So here we go. We'll take a look at the fabulous 1967 Chris Craft Constellation Benchmark. It's basically been rebuilt over the years, over the 30 plus years of ownership that I've had it. It's been turned from an original Chris Craft put together with basically oil-based sealants to something that's been essentially taken apart and rebuilt again with proper modern sealants so that it can withstand long-term the harsh outdoor environment. So this is not a dock queen. It's lived outside now for the best part of 25 years, and it's just fine. It's been reconstructed to live just like any other boat, any other modern machine out in the environment. It would obviously benefit from being undercover all the time, but so would any other boat. So really it's no different except that it's made out of wood instead of fiberglass. Nice machine, as you'll see. So here we are. We're basically standing on the cabin top of the boat. We'll start on the exterior and start working our way down. This is the bimini top. As you can see, it's in good condition. Got a couple of bird droppings on it, but no problem. And the windshield, there's a radar arch ready for radar should someone wish to put one on. This boat has three windshields, three windshield wipers, of course, and the windshield's in very good condition. The opening window is the one in the middle, which gives us a nice breeze through the boat when we're traveling. It's been relatively recently redone, so the caulking is all fresh and in good shape. This is the mast. The mast has been basically refinished, re-chromed. With the new light piece and new teak balls at the end of the spreaders. This triangular piece here that's on the steaming mast light basically shields the front of the boat from any light shadows at night. So that's why that is there. The mast is held up on a great big base on the top of the cabin top. Which also sports the horns. It is guyed with three guy wires, and of course the spreader wires help you if you need to put flags and things up there. The handrails are in excellent condition, stainless steel. The chrome pieces are probably, some of them could stand to be re-chromed if you wanted to basically go back to original. Remote control searchlight, which we always point towards the windshield so the captain can know if he forgot to turn it off. Here is the mast stay. Basically that's a saddle that holds the mast if the mast needs to come down to get under low bridges or whatever. Okay, so once again, and the fiberglass here, cabin top is in excellent condition, and as is most of the chrome. Most of the chrome's in great shape. Alright, stepping down, you can see once again the condition of the varnish work. There are a few bird droppings this morning. However, I don't think they detract from what we've got here. These are, I think they're 12-inch fenders by 34-inch or so, 10 by 34 maybe. We just recovered these with a new product from Sailrite called boat blanket, and we made up these covers. We're getting sick and tired of replacing fenders just because they get dirty and scuffed. There's no reason for that, so now these will last indefinitely. They're protected. Over here we have the bow pulpit complete with the windlass. Basically it's a manual on-off drum windlass that assists you on retrieving the anchor. Bow pulpit was constructed in 1992 out of massive teak, 2 inches thick. It's in great shape. New railing extension was mounted at that time. No problems, no issues. Stainless steel skid plates, so everything stays nice and neat and tidy without any damage. Okay, so looking at the vinyl itself, all this vinyl has been replaced at one time or another. The main deck vinyl is back in 1992. This year is probably 2005, 2008 is exactly when this was done. This year is probably around the year 2000, cabin top. And when we did this job, we removed the windshield completely and extended the vinyl all the way into the bulkhead and the command bridge up there. So it's all one piece, and then rebedded the windshield and screwed it back down again. So it's all been done correctly, right? Forward hatch in good condition. This requires painting every few years, but apart from that, works great. And the vinyl even up here is in pretty good shape. So we'll walk down to the stern of the boat. And yeah, side windshield, side glass, isinglass in good condition. You can see the railing. It's just been revarnished, so I don't know if you get the gloss in there or not, but you know, everything is in good condition. These are the rear stanchions or cleats, and you can see how they're mounted now on teak blocks, so that they can never again cause a problem or an issue with ponding here and with expressing water. Here you can see there's the scupper that's been cut into the tow rail that leads to the exterior of the boat, and what that does, it channels any water that accumulates on the deck here outside the boat, so it can't just sit here. Okay. All right. So there you have it. We'll take another quick little trip down this side of the boat. I think to show you that it's basically the same. There's a well, of course, on one side of the boat, and that's contains the door, which makes it really easy to provision the boat and to transfer materials and beverages in and out, and packaging, garbage, all that stuff. It makes it real easy. Okay, we'll continue on in a moment after we've removed the helm cover. I put on a helm cover over the instruments. I've done this since I've owned the boat, basically, to try and preserve the original instruments. Okay, so back in a few more things. Just before we leave the exterior of the boat, just wanted to point out the you know, the exhaust, even the exhaust rings and tubes and everything. It's all been carefully maintained, cleaned up. The boat does have a pair of Bennett trim tabs that you can see under the water there. And if you look very, very carefully, you can see the lifting blocks. They're just below the water line on this particular view here. So that's where we put slings when we lift the boat, so that we don't damage the relatively soft mahogany chines of the boat when we're lifting the boat. And just a better view of the swim platform and the swim ladder. This works really well. The swim ladder is supported by those two teak blocks down there, so that can take the weight of some fairly big people. I'm in a 200-pound range, so it handles that very well. And then just for you folks who might enjoy authenticity, these are the original boarding ladders from Chris Craft. These are getting very, very hard to find, and I've rebuilt and refinished both of these here to maintain the original integrity of this boat as much as I possibly could, while making it a nice, long-lasting, relatively modernish, or modern feeling anyway, motor cruiser, motor yacht, family motor yacht that can be used just like all the other boats, but with this absolutely spectacular look to it. Okay, so inside, well, here we are. Yeah, we can board the boat either at the stern, which is what we usually do, but you can also board it right here using these refurbished steps, and climb in through the side of the boat, which in some locations might be the only option. I usually back in, which is why you're seeing this particular view. So here we are inside the boat. Galleys and excellent condition. Once again, you know, we just keep it clean, keep everything functional. Got a couple of rolls of paper towel here, which I'll transfer away as we prepare the boat for cruising this spring. The boat has a fully functional oven. We carry a little thermometer here to basically double check that our temperatures are right, and yeah. So this is bake, and then we go to oven, we give it some temperature, and the lights come on, and now we're baking. We can also go to broil, and the lights go on. That works good. Or you can turn off the oven, turn on the individual burners, and away we go. So this basically toggles between the top and the left burner. This side here, which is a different circuit probably, runs these two other burners. Alright, nice sink. We still have a little bit of antifreeze left in the hot water system here, which we're going to be rinsing out later on during the day today. But everything works. Pump switch, refrigerator with a freezer compartment, making ice. A fair amount of storage for glassware, coffee maker, interesting hatch where you can keep pots and pans and stuff and still get reasonably easy access to it. And everything is nice and clean. Cutlery, odds and sods drawer, which is because of space constraints removable. And your dishes, glassware, nice area to stock everything. Oops, sorry. Microwave oven with a clock, that works. Interesting how the computer is recording that. And nice and tidy and clean. Like, you know, you can just see that it's kept pretty spotless, which makes it obviously very livable. And and in a family situation, it's pretty nice to have that. So there's really not a lot of maintenance. You just got to keep things clean. Over here we have the forward head, which is got a little counter, another sink with hot and cold water, soap dish, mirror, a vacuum flush head. So these are pretty interesting in that basically they use maybe a 1/16 or quarter cup of water to flush, and they draw a vacuum right into a holding tank, which means that everything is always under vacuum. You can tell if there's any leaks, and of course there's nothing in the hoses to stink up the boat, so it makes for a very, very pleasant boating environment in the cabin. Here we are in the V-berth, and a little bit of storage underneath the windshield, behind the dish compartment, a few little spare parts, flashlight, but you can just see the woodwork is well taken care of. It's been refinished. It's in good condition all the way around. Got a couple of side windows. Wallpaper has been redone with 54-inch material, which is vinyl, basically as they would use in a hotel or institution. And the reason for that is to eliminate seams. There used to be a whole bunch of battens here on the sides here. We just got rid of all that, put down one piece, and it really keeps everything neat and tidy. The cushions have been replaced. They're getting on in years, but they're perfect. They're much better than the original. Down below here we do have some storage, spare parts. You can't see much in there, but it's all once again clean and tidy. Cushion, little bench, More spare parts, a little 12-volt vacuum in case there are little cleanups that are required. And in here is where we have the anchor road locker, and this is where the power goes up to the winch. You might be able to see it there. There's a breaker on there. Okay, to be continued. Okay, so once again, a view from of the V-berth from the point of view of sitting down on the steps. You can see the lower portion of it. The access doors to the storage compartments have been closed. Of course, they're all refinished and everything. Everything's fine there, but that's how it would look as you would travel. And then the door latches from behind, in this case, but here you have basically a closet, a couple of fire extinguishers, and a hanging closet here for guests' clothing or children's clothing, with a couple of shelves combined with the under the bunk storage. That gives you a fair amount of storage for a week out at a time. It seems to work pretty well for our guests. Same again here. We just going to go take a different little perspective here, but yeah, the cabinetry is in good condition. Fair amount of storage for toiletries and spare things like toilet paper, etc. Under here, and a look at the vacuum flush head from up close and personal. Towel ring, lights. These are all original too. Original 12-volt lighting in most of the cabins. Really makes it neat for somebody who appreciates older original equipment. So here we have the settee, and it's in good shape too. The cushions have been replaced, of course, but they're in very good condition. They're made out of very high density foam, so that you're very comfortable to sit on. And you will notice that even when you're sitting on this boat, you can see the water here. Very good. This is at eye level, taken at eye level, but you have a very good perspective on everything. And on the left-hand side here, we do have the electrical panel, the guts of the boat. It is a fuse panel with a couple of service entrance breakers, hot water heater, generator, start-stop switch, the power source selector, voltmeter, as well as which can display voltage from the light plant, the generator, or from the dock source. And then this is the interface, hard interface link 1000, which basically allows you to monitor what's going on with your house batteries. And you can see voltage, draw, cumulative draw. I haven't had it on charge now for about a week, so it consumes a little bit of power. So 27 amp hours out of 440, not a lot. And at this level of discharge, it would take 255 hours to run the batteries dry or down to 0. Okay, so that's how that one works. And to invoke the charger, you just click on the button. The charge voltage starts to go up immediately, and your amps go up to, in this case, 80, 90. It'll go up to 95 or 100 on dead batteries. These are almost fully charged, so it's just going up there just to test, and it'll come right back down again pretty quickly. But that's how that works. That's basically set it and forget it. Lots of storage back here. And we'll just move a chair here to take a closer look. So this is where the interface, hard interface, what do they call this thing? Basically, an inverter converts 12 volts to 110 volts so that you can run the boat's systems such as lights, computers, etc., etc., even while you're at anchor. refrigerator, most importantly. And then down here is the tank watch for display, which basically is telling us how much capacity we have left in the holding tank. Storage. And then we have another compartment over here, same thing, with more storage here, both to the front and to the back. So there you have it, the main cabin. Yeah, continuing on the tour of the main cabin, the salon. Here I've just opened up just below the sink. There's storage for all kinds of stuff, your baggies, your saran wrap, your foil. That's where I keep our toaster. We got a 4-slice toaster in there, and a tray, and serving utensils, and cleaning solutions, whatever. While underneath the stove there is a pot drawer, which we find is very, very handy for barbecue tools, oven mitts, pots, of course, and pans. And underneath the settee here, which is pretty much empty now, is where I keep paints, varnishes, basically maintenance supplies that I might need. Right now I've just brought in the duvet covers. We have these dry cleaned every year, and just make sure everything's nice and fresh every spring. And brought down the sheets from the house, pillows, and but before we put the bedding together, I thought we'd maybe take a tour of the aft cabin as it sits over the winter, and then we'll get it dressed up and show you the finished picture. As we go down into the aft cabin, there is a small hanging locker, but this is a wet locker, so it's designed to take rain gear, and that's what we have in here. And it's basically designed to drain out and keep that stuff away from your good clothes. Inside the aft cabin, you'll see you've got lots of storage on the port side with a large wall cabinet where we keep lighting and fuses and electrical supplies and whatever else you might need here, as well as a bookshelf that could be used. In this case, I've got my supply of current flares and things. There is a full-size dresser, or almost full-size dresser, basically offering tons of storage. Makes the boat very comfortable for the owners to cruise on, because you've got as much space, or maybe about half as much space as you would at home. It's got a big closet as well, hanging closet, where we also keep the vacuum cleaner. And under the beds there is yet more storage. So these are big empty drawers where we can put suitcases. In this case we've got pillows and things, as well as another dresser. I happen to have the Onan genset manual, the Pettit paint manual and varnishing manual, a couple of spare parts, and the original Chris Craft documentation bag, which includes the original electrical diagram. So the boat is set up with 2 individual bunk beds, which are now of course occupied by various pieces and hardware and tools. And I just wanted to leave this open here so that you get an idea of what lives back here in terms of the lazarette. So I've taken all the boards out here because I just wanted to make sure that everything was in good condition here in terms of fuel tanks and fuel lines. So I've been in there. It's all been painted up. It's pretty tidy, and I just check in there to make sure it's clean too. Your enemy is dirt in a wood boat, so once a year I get back in there with a shop vac and clean it up. And once again, lots of light, tons of windows in the aft cabin, and we have privacy curtains for these here as well that I'll show you maybe a little bit later on. But so when you're at a lock or in a marina, people naturally congregate to this boat, so if you want your privacy, you draw your curtains. And you can also have curtains open, but Pfeiffer Tech's privacy curtains on the outside. They can't see in, but you can see out. So here's the aft head. As we left it, you'll notice that every single one of the cabinets, we leave the doors open so that we get air circulation, so that keep everything nice and fresh. And here's the shower compartment, quite handy, where we practice the sailor's art of showering, where we basically get wet and then turn off the shower and soap up, shampoo up, and then rinse off. So yeah, this shower works great. It's big enough. Just fine. Here's a view of the storage once again. This is a cabinet at the side where you keep all your toiletries, toilet bags, tooth glass. Keep the sink plug there. You can see everything's still clean. We put the boat away clean and we give it a good cleaning every spring so that it's in good shape. And cabinet for your toiletries, paper goods, plunger, whatever you need in here. This is a switch for it. That's the pump for the shower, and this is of course the second vacuum flush head. So these work just super, just well. They basically empty the hoses every time, so in good shape. And once again, you have one of these fantastic original lights with the original shade. And here's one that unfortunately had to have a new shade put on because the other one melted, but anyway, it still looks like period. It's still pretty nice, and it matches the other two lampshades. These are 110 volt. So these are reading lights for when you're at the dock. Okay, so on we go. So here's the aft cabin. It's all been put together. Now the bedding's on, and it's ready to go boating. It's ready for people to actually live on it. I've opened up all the curtains here just to let you appreciate just how much light there is in this boat. It's very, very airy. And lots of ventilation. All these windows are open right now, and nice and cool in here. So this is what the beds look like when they're fully deployed in the aft cabin. And yeah, just put the duvets back on, and got the pillows out, and you've got the decorative pillows, and of course your taupe sleep set with sheets and fitted sheets on both sides. So that's all good. And quick last look at the aft cabin, and away we go, back up top. So there's also, I guess, the question of machinery. This is how you start the generator. So there you go. So you probably hear it now. It's making power. Right now the switch is set to dock, and I'll move it over to genset, and you can see that the genset is now making power. It's just warming up, so you're getting a little bit of fluctuation, but you can basically switch the power now to the genset, and now it's running the water heater, and it'll run everything else on the boat. So one or two things at a time. So it'll run, you know, the stove, the microwave. So it didn't even phase the clock. The clock's still set, and yeah, the light's still on. It'll still work. So basically, you know, you can basically go cook, 30 start, and it's performing. Okay. So we'll just cancel. And yeah, so now it's running on generator power, so everything works. Your lights, whatever, if you have a DV, air conditioner. This is 30 amp power, so there's enough power here with some load shedding management that it could run theoretically one marine air conditioning unit. It's not equipped now because we're in Georgian Bay. We don't need it. We have the lake around us if we want to cool off. So anyway, okay, moving on. We'll turn off the generator. First we'll take the power off of it, take the load off it, put it back to shore power, and we'll stop it. And we'll switch back over to shore power. Up here we have a sniffer, our bilge pump control, automatic and manual. Okay, so here we are on the command bridge of the Benchmark. This is basically our outdoor living room. We've got 4 nice comfortable chairs up here. Lots of room with a little plastic table and good vinyl decking. Again, this has been replaced. And here in this particular cubby hole, we used to have a refrigerator, and then we had a wine cooler, and even had a ice maker in there, but we find that we just don't use it, so we've just converted the space to storage. It's available if anyone would like to put in any of those machines. It's available to install. Here's the helm station. As you can see, all the varnish work, all the bright work in here is in excellent condition again. Everything's shiny, new. This is where we keep all our lines in this particular corner, so there's never any question if you need a line where to go find it. But in terms of the condition of this particular area, it's in excellent shape. So here we have the dash itself. All these instruments are basically original. I've had the tacks rebuilt a long time ago. That's why the needle colors are a little bit different, but apart from that, these are the original instruments. Everything works. You know, the windshield wipers work, and I'm not going to turn on the middle one because that windshield is open, but everything's fine. We've got an instrument light switch, which basically allows for nighttime navigation. I don't know that you can see that, but all the lights come on inside the instruments like a dash light. There's a light in the compass itself for nighttime navigation. There's an anchor light, which is actually a new LED light that works for anchoring, and nav light switch. Over here we have the blower switch, which you basically turn on to evacuate any fumes from the engine room. And there's also finally a battery parallel switch, which is just like putting jumpers between the engines. So it's like having 2 cars and putting booster cables across, except it's automatic. You just push a button. So if batteries get run down inadvertently, for instance, it's very easy to start both engines either way. Down here we have some more switch gear. This particular one, the long joystick, is to control the trim tabs, and this trio of switches here controls the spotlight. So it's both a spotlight and a floodlight, and it's remote controlled. It's got a joystick to enable to go up and down and all around. I usually park it in this position so that I can make sure that it's turned off. The boat has a VHF radio. Okay, that enables communication. And it has a interface probe, which is a depth sounder, which shows you 10.5, 11 feet. The boat is moving around a little bit here because of wakes. It is Saturday, so there's a lot of boat traffic. And what this device does, it also looks forward, what's in front of your boat, what the bottom looks like in front of your boat. So in this particular case, it's because the water is fairly shallow, we're only looking out 45 feet, but it can extend much further than that. Anyway, we don't need that for today. We're just here to test some engines. So here we go. We'll get her started up and we'll take a look. There we go. There's the port side engine. It's now running. We've got 45 pounds oil pressure. Looking good. And then we'll start the starboard engine. And there it goes. And it is running too. Now these tachometers, unfortunately, the hour meters, this one here is stuck at 1,000 hours, so it's pretty much given up the ghost. But this one here is about 1,400 hours, 1386, and that's about the correct hours on the starboard engine. The port engine is, I'm sorry, on the port engine, the starboard, yeah. The port engine is newer, so it would probably have maybe about half of that. So these engines are between, you know, 1/6 and 1/3, or maybe even a half of their useful life at this particular stage. They're third set engines. They run just great. Change the oil every 50 hours. They have electronic ignition, so they start very, very easily every time. The synchronizer works, as you can see, the blinking lights there. And now we'll go out and take a look and, most importantly, a listen as to what's going on in terms of the engines. Beautiful Chris Craft sound, which you might hear right now. And another look at this condition of the varnish on this boat is really quite excellent. It's been redone relatively recently, and it literally shines. It's in beautiful condition. Alright, so we'll go take a close-up look at how these engines are pumping water. And got a little steam coming out of that one already. And we've also got the generator running just to make sure that we're pumping as much water as we're supposed to there, and yeah, that looks absolutely fine. That's great. Almost silent generator from outside the boat. It's really good. Okay, so there you have it. A beautiful 1967 Chris Craft Constellation, the Benchmark. It's been redone. It's not an original boat. It's all the seams, all the decking materials, all the seams above the waterline have been redone with modern caulking material, which has enabled this boat to survive in absolutely pristine condition for almost 50 years now. So not a dock wing, outdoor boat, absolutely lovely to run in. Great machine. Hope you've enjoyed the video.